we've been calling these episodes Indie Spotlights. Every now and then, people will reach out to us, which we love.
Yeah. So if you actually, I'm just going to put this plug out there. If
Please.
if you have a horror film that you want us to watch and talk about on the pod, send us a DM or email us. We'll put the email.
It's all in the show notes.
Yeah.
Check out the show notes. Yeah. But we love doing this. I love getting to watch, like, because you never know, like, who's going to be, like, an up-and-coming, like
A special little gem out there.
Yeah. And they could be like, yes, I was the first. I saw.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I also kind of love, like, indie low-budget horror.
Yes.
Like, it's so interesting what people can do without a bigger budget, I think. Yeah.
So we're talking about a movie today called The Cellar.
Yep.
Which came out
2024.
Thank you.
The director is Jamie David Langlands.
That's right. But I bring this up because you said, films under a certain amount of money, right? Low budget films. And this is like, if you look at the poster for this one, like it's got all these, little like accolades and awards and things along the side, like movie posters tend to.
Yep.
And I actually went and I researched some of these because I was like, what are the, like, like you see those, but you never think about, like, what do they mean exactly?
Yeah, and there are quite a few on this one. Yeah.
There's a lot of them. And so, like, a bunch of them are about being a movie, like, under $50K or, like, a certain amount of money.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is cool. Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. So, Jen.
Yes, Harry.
Can you describe for us, like, what?
No, I have to summarize?
I mean, I could try.
All right, I'll try.
What if we do it together? What if we...
Well, what if we try together?
Yeah.
Okay, I think the listeners are going to kill us, but okay. Or we could just go every other sentence.
Like every other sentence?
Okay,
That's what I mean, like an
I thought you
improv
meant
game.
at the same time.
No, what?
I was like, that's just going to sound really awful.
That would be unlistenable.
Okay, so the movie opens with a girl tied to a chair in a basement, a cellar, if you will.
I will. Yeah, I will.
And there's a guy in the room who drugs her. And then I'm pretty sure we move to a Addicts Anonymous. We don't really get a clear picture if it's like Alcohol Anonymous or drug. And I also don't know, it's a British movie, so I don't actually know how that would be done there either, but that vibe in a church.
I mean,
I don't know.
I think
I would picture the same way, but I don't know.
I feel like addiction support groups are probably basically the same everywhere. It does seem to have like a religious bent to it. It's some sort of like a Jesus-y Alcoholics Anonymous situation. It I don't think it's all alcoholics, though, right? Isn't there at least one person?
There's drugs too.
Yeah.
Because one person I think is addicted to fentanyl.
That's it. That's the thing. Right. So like we keep getting these like back and forth. We cut between our girl Abigail, who is navigating her way out of this incredibly complicated cellar, up into the lower quarters of a house, up into further. Then at one point she's in a bedroom, and then she just kind of keeps evolving in this like labyrinthine way, and then cutting back and forth between that and this like support group where we like learn about these other people that she's also with, and then she also kind of encounters some of those people, but they seem kind of like demonized and like evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Demonized or
not demonized like she's demonizing them, but like they have been turned into demons. Yeah.
Possessed in some way.
That's the word.
Yeah,
yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole summary.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm not sure what to say. Dear listeners who have never listened to us before, we try to analyze and critique movies. And so just by way of analysis, did you have any thoughts? Or, I mean, I kind of have like a brief thought.
Go with your brief thought
first.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I feel like what the film is trying to say is like addiction is... this kind of labyrinthine thing that you kind of have to navigate, and it somewhat like possesses you, right? It makes you do things, which I'm here for. I'm here for like addiction allegories. I think that's a juicy subject matter.
I think that you could do a lot with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think also alongside that addiction would be like, because the church is the one running the thing, and they're clearly not.
This dude has some kind of a cult going on.
Yes. Yeah. And this could go hand in hand with addiction too, like with your friends, but like trusting the wrong people. Or not knowing who to trust. The addiction thing I do think is like throughout all of the movie, like not just the people in the group, but like her mom at the end, who she's drinking, obviously because the kid is whatever,
missing,
but like,
yes,
drinking a lot of wine,
like
pours the full glass and then just drinks it out of the
just
bottle.
Drinks out of the bottle. Yeah,
I was like, oh, you gotta wait.
Well, she's aerating it. That's she needs something to do while she's aerating it, right? Obviously.
I want to ask you a question.
Please, yes.
I would say that majority of the movie was silent.
Yeah, no dialogue.
Do you feel like that adds anything to the analysis of addiction or not trusting people? Or do you think it's more stylistic? Like, what is your take on that choice?
If I'm being as generous as I can for this movie, I think that something that it's kind of trying to communicate, or communicating whether it's trying to or not, is sort of there's like a certain kind of like monotony to the addiction experience, right? I'm somebody personally who has, like, I wouldn't use the A word, but like I've definitely had bouts of abuse with substances before, and I've definitely like been in places where I have consumed for like multiple days in a row and been on binges of sorts, right? And don't worry, listeners at home, I'm much better now, right? But there is something in that experience that becomes just very kind of deadening and monotone. And, like people often seek those things out because it numbs them to their experiences. And so if I'm being as analytically generous as I possibly can to this movie, I feel like maybe something that is communicated is this sense of like a labyrinth that you are just like, and the other thing too is like a lot of it feels like progress, right? Like a lot of it feels like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. And so like as we're watching Abigail kind of ascend through these levels, it all really is kind of the same thing. Yeah. For an hour and a fucking half.
It really is.
Yeah. And I actually, if this thing is like a big allegory about the experience of addiction, I actually kind of do understand that. Like I see where that's coming from. Whether we want to watch that is another question.
That's a really good question. Well, it's funny. I hadn't thought of it that way before.
Yeah.
But I really like that reading because it does feel the way it does feel like how addiction would, especially in the beginning when she gets herself out of the door and she's like, oh, I'm going somewhere. But then it's just constant. Like, it's like, it is the same thing for like an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half. And I do think she does ascend into like different areas.
Yes.
Areas that feel distinct. And so there is like a sense of progress being made, but also at the same time a sense of everything being the same. And like I think one of the things that makes it feel so kind of monotonous in a way that's either intentional or unintentional, I leave it to you to decide, is the like soundtrack.
Oh yes.
Like, did you think about that?
Yes,
like the sort of like
it's almost ambient in a way.
The ambient atmospheric soundtrack that is just so consistent for the entire movie. Yeah.
It's sort of weirdly, the words that came to mind were either soothing or mind numbing, which I guess kind of works also with addiction.
Yeah.
Like you take it to soothe you, but then it would just sort of be numbing after a while.
I'm not sure I find it soothing. I mean,
not soothing, but like it made me want to fall asleep.
For sure. So
I think that's what I meant by it.
Yeah.
So trying to be more generous to it there. The music being like, but I also think a lot of the visuals of the house were very similar overall. Even though we're in different spaces, the lighting and the colors remain kind of in the same palette.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point. And like, are you thinking of like reds and like
browns, and
browns,
like kind of like there's like that goldish yellow color that pops up.
A lot of gold, especially in the basement.
Yes,
in the cellar, if you will.
That's how we'll be referring to it the cellar, if you will.
If you will, right? Yeah, I don't know. Any other kind of analytical thoughts? I feel like it's got something about like predatory religion or groups that are predatory for people who are in desperation, or in desperate places.
I mean, is it critiquing? Because like a lot of Addicts Anonymous are turning towards Christ. Is it?
Well, I think AA is like a. This could be wrong, and listeners at home, if I'm wrong, correct me, please. But I do recall hearing that AA is like a distinctly Christian, organization. Huh. Like they have, like Christ is a part of their solution for how you quit drinking. Okay. So yeah.
So it feels like, I don't know if it really is doing this in the movie, but it could be critiquing that aspect of it.
Yeah, it could be.
I mean, just because the religious people are not good, but it doesn't seem to correlate with like them running a group. I don't know. I don't know how to kind of put it.
Well, and I think that we're gonna have to like slip right into critique here because, like, I do think that one of the central problems of this movie is that it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I know. Okay, so yes, I'm so happy you said it. Okay, so I was watching this movie and I was really excited because I was like, ooh, I like a movie that's kind of quiet. I like something that's surreal, but I was like, I have this issue with ambiguous, surreal, or movies that are trying to be a little ambiguous and surreal is when
you love that, Jen.
I love it not when the way it's written begs for something to be answered.
Yes.
And I felt like the movie, especially going back and forth between the cellar and the group, and then seeing those people in the cellar, I just felt like it lent itself to like, and then the fact that she's having a conversation with them, like, let me out, it just felt like the ambiguity didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I
I like you, I'm down for a
weird fucking ride.
For a surreal masturbation session. I truly am. No, I truly am.
Okay, any horror directors, if you have that in your movie, clearly.
If you are somebody who is down with the thing about masturbation, though, is that you do have to come at the end, right? Like that's like.
Generally that's what the goal is.
Then what have you spent your?
You just spent your time giving yourself blue balls.
Exactly.
So do you feel like that's what happened?
I a little bit do. I a little bit feel like, this is certainly going to cut, I a little bit feel like this movie, if we're going with a masturbation metaphor.
You're not cutting this.
I feel like this movie a little bit is like masturbating, like kind of if you're impotent. It's
like whiskey dick the whole time.
Yes, it's like jerking around a flaccid rubbery cock that won't do the thing, and
now at the end of this film, how did you feel?
I felt a bit frustrated. I felt that I could see the seed of good things that could have been, but that just for many, many, many reasons were not. How about you? What was your experience?
Well, I was going to say that it felt not very climactic.
Yep.
The ending felt like ambiguous and a little open-ended, but not in a way that I was pleased with.
Yeah. No, it felt very much like there just kind of like wasn't.
No.
There just wasn't.
Because the mom doesn't like look at her. So I was like, okay, like you could have argued like she's addicted to drugs again. So like she's like, a zombie essentially. But the mom's not even looking at her and she still has the missing papers. So I was like, did they just send her back to the house to be in purgatory? I don't know. I was trying to figure it out.
I think the ending is like she has now spread her addiction to somebody else her like, you know what I mean? Like
it's like an It Follows the Ring situation.
Exactly. So yeah, all that to say, coming back to like the ending and how a lot of it just like doesn't make sense. There was some quote, I'm sorry I can't find it, but there was some quote on director Jamie Langland's page or whatever, and it was like he loves to thrive in the ambiguities and of surrealism, and like reading that, I was like, oh fuck.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, do you have it?
But I'm not sure. Is it his director statement?
It might be. Yeah, go ahead.
I exist to create cinema that celebrates the wonder of mystery. Was that it? Okay.
And that to me says, I didn't really actually think this through, is what that says to me.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
yeah.
it's definitely, I think a lot of people think that when they try to make something that's along the lines of David Lynch, like a surreal thing,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
that he didn't necessarily think everything through. And honestly, maybe he didn't, but it went so far gone to weird that it didn't matter because everyone could interpret things differently.
Yes.
But when it's this, where there's not a whole lot of, it doesn't go full weird.
Yeah. The thing about Lynch is that if you want to accuse David Lynch of having plots that don't make sense, you can do that, but what you can't say is that his movies don't like have an emotional impact, right?
Or make you feel something.
Yes. And then you are forced to examine why you're feeling this, and lo and behold, you have substance, right?
Yes.
That's where you get.
The minute you feel something while watching a movie, it's successful.
This movie, I felt nothing except for
Me too. I felt nothing too. And I do want to say, I know that we are critiquing it heavily.
Yeah, heavily.
But I do. When I was in art school, they said it was better to have good or bad critique than no critique at all.
Sure, yeah.
I do think though, I really love and appreciate an indie horror director trying to do something different too.
Same.
So I really enjoyed that it was like a unique plot, something different, a different take on things, trying to experiment with like visuals. I don't know, unfortunately, how successful it was in plot line and certain things, but
no, I agree. We thank you for pulling us back from the brink of just like Mean Girl shit, right? No, I appreciate that. I totally agree, and I am also very open to the idea that this is maybe like a movie that's like not for me, or but also it's entirely possible that maybe I'd come back to this movie and have seen that it was like kind of ahead of its time in a certain way. Like it is kind of striking just how committed to its own bit it is, right? Like how committed to like just the no dialogue, like watch this woman walk around a house for an hour and a half. Like that's...
And I actually really thought she did... I thought she did a great job.
I thought she did too.
Because I was like, there were moments where the floor creaked and I was like, oh, I bet they said like, if you create a noise that's loud enough, like pause and like reflect on it. Which I was like, I thought that she did like a good job of doing that kind of thing. I really do think it was a great set. I don't know if it was a church actually or someone's basement.
I was so worried that this conversation was going to go in this direction where like, but because we're trying to say nice things about this movie, and the nice thing that we're able to come up with is like, it's a great set. It's like when a play is bad and people are like, the costumes.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no.
No, but it is a good... I don't know where they shot this.
I don't either.
It's cool. It is a cool house, for sure. It's got this real ornate kind of gothic vibe to it in a lot of it. It's got this really striking red and black wallpaper, especially kind of toward the end, that is like kind of intriguing to me.
I thought it was lit really well. I don't know. I'm a very visual person, too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do pay attention to the visuals. I think I would have wanted the visuals to change slightly.
Yeah.
Just to keep my interest. And there were moments where I was like, uh-oh, did I miss something? And I went back and I was like, nope. I didn't miss anything.
I wonder if we can broaden this conversation just a bit.
Yeah.
If you're open to it. Unless you have other points you want to make.
No, I'm open to that.
And the thing that I want to ask, I feel like we're trying to carve out space for, positivity with this movie and things that it does right, aspects of it where it's like maybe it's not for us, but maybe for somebody else, right? But I think that overall, we both kind of feel like it's pretty bad.
I mean, I think
am I wrong?
that
Like,
I've definitely seen worse.
oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't know if it was that great.
Yeah. Well, my question is, what is a bad movie? Like, what is a bad horror movie?
A bad
Specifically, because horror movies are sticky in this way, right? There's aspects of horror that would be conventionally bad in any other genre, but that for some reason in horror are good, right? Sometimes we celebrate camp and sometimes bad can be good in horror, and sometimes So what do you for you?
Yeah.
What is a bad horror film?
What is a bad horror film? Like
Yeah.
a legit bad, not like bad. Like
Not
so
good
good
bad.
It's bad. Okay,
Not so good it's
bad.
bad.
Not good bad. Not like, oh, this is bad, but I like watching
Like
it.
bad.
Like legit
Like bad, yeah.
For it to be bad, and this, just to be clear, this movie did not do this.
Okay.
For me.
Awesome. Good to know.
So I think that a bad horror movie would have to be something that would offend me.
Oh.
And that's very rare. I am not offended easily.
Yeah. Can I get some examples here?
There's honestly only one that I can think of.
Let's have it.
It's called Dead Girl. And it is
Oh.
trash.
Okay.
It is poorly done. The acting is trash. And it's such a sexist plot. If I remember correctly, it's like, oh God, I might not get this right because I watched the movie once and never wanted to watch it again. But I'm pretty sure these boys like find a girl, find a zombie, whatever. I don't know what she is. They tie her to a table in a basement and they just take turns fucking her basically the whole time.
Dang.
So really hated that. I want to say it's from like the early 2000s.
Okay. Yeah. And that
Did you look it up?
No,
Or-
the early 2000s does not have a great track record.
It
though.
does not. It's 2008. It's two boys who discover a naked female zombie. And yeah, they literally describe it in the plot as a sex slave. So, and I'm pretty sure that they are not super like they're not shown as like bad, really. Like maybe they're shown as it's being wrong, but it's also like, oh look, cool, we found like this zombie girl, we're gonna just fuck her.
Got you.
I also felt like that was bad because it had no fucking plot. It had nothing interesting. Like it didn't do anything. Like, I love gory horror movies.
Sure.
I'm here defending fucking Art the Clown, saying that that's not misogynist. So it takes a lot to fucking offend me. But I think that to me would be bad.
Yes.
What
Got
is
it.
your definition of bad?
Oh man, my definition is a lot. It's a lot more. It's not specific. It's very loosey goosey and confusing. But like, I feel like a movie that is trying to scare. If I can detect that the film is trying to scare me, and not succeeding, then I'm not having fun anymore. I don't like it. I also feel the whole like offense thing. Like if I get the sense that like there's kind of like a backwards or like ignorant motivation behind the film, that's one that really takes me out of it too. Like The Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring is bad.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that when you said things that don't scare you either, but are trying to scare you.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like The Conjuring is like a huge offender for me as far as like bad horror. Like it is so overt in its attempts. It is completely lazy in the way it tries to scare you. So derivative.
It's mostly jump scares, if I remember.
All
right.
jump scares, which is like I have a tolerance for how many I get, and then it kind of ruins a movie for me. And then also it's got this like story about a woman who it becomes like the villain in this like very Christian propaganda.
Because the fucking Warrens were actually really terrible people
And then
that
were
we
also
somehow glorified.
he was also terrible. Ed Warren is terrible. Yeah. So like that to me is like a part of it for sure. I do. So, Mean Girls coming out. I've had a glass of whiskey. I do think that this is a bad horror movie.
Go on.
And it's in the way that it is made. There's just a lack of effect to it all. There is so much just completely overwrought bad acting in this movie. Straight up. Right? Like those AA sessions.
Oh, I know.
The only dialogue we get in the movie.
Yes, which I actually really felt like those monologues should have been a lot shorter.
Also, the writing. These monologues are like the most generic addiction stories
Yes, they
you can
are.
imagine.
I know.
And also bordering on, have you ever heard an addiction story? There's that one woman who's like, I was drinking a gallon of vodka a day. And it made me go down a rabbit hole where I was like,
Can someone drink a
can
gallon?
someone drink a gallon of vodka? And what I learned from it is that actually a UK gallon is different from the US gallon. But the answer is actually no. Nobody can drink a gallon of vodka a day.
Yes.
And so there's that, right? There's the like acting of the mom at the end where she pours a glass of wine and then drinks from the bottle, as we've previously mentioned, as just this like absurd.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
It feels comedic, actually,
Yes, it
to
does.
a point.
It does. The acting, the priest at the end and his
priest
whole
is bad.
monologue. Dude. There are aspects of this where like things are drawing my attention that in this day and age kind of shouldn't be drawing my attention. I'm hearing like issues with like the audio editing in this movie. I'm like noticing people overdubbing their lines. That
wow, I don't notice that.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end,
Yeah.
we get introduced to two completely random characters that we've never heard before that come down the stairs with this priest.
That's true.
And she's like whispering stuff in her ear, and it's like so clearly an overdub. There are jump scares that are like inverse jump scares.
Okay,
they don't.
I need to ask you. Hold
Yeah.
up. All right. I saw no jump scares. Nothing scared me.
I detected an attempted jump
Which
scare.
where?
She
'Cause
gets
I'm so
out of, I
curious.
think, an elevator.
Oh yes.
And there's a
Oh.
person there, and she's got the eyes.
Yeah, and then she like quick does the
And there's a thing,
needle,
but
yeah.
there's no, like, the audio is wrong. There's not something there that it's missing a component to have an effective jump scare. And, like, so yeah.
I didn't see any jump scares. It's so funny because I know what I said before about like art and like whatever. I sort of feel like this movie falls middle of the road. Like
Yeah.
it feels like nothing happened.
Yeah.
So it's trying, but it's kind of not doing anything.
There's so much on a technical level that for me doesn't go right that I'm taken out of it. I don't get to enjoy it.
I think the pacing took me out of it too because the fact that I think it's interesting to have a movie that has very little dialogue. I will give them credit for trying that. It's an interesting experiment to do, and I think sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And I like it in a very cerebral way.
Yes.
Allegorically.
Yep.
As an idea about the struggle with addiction.
Yeah.
I do get that.
She's like
And
in her head,
and I like
whatever.
that. I like it.
But if we're breaking, like you said, if we're breaking to moments where the only dialogue we get is from the group, that dialogue needs to be really good.
It
and
does
engaging
need to be
and like
compelling.
It needs to like move you along through the story so that you're able to not fall asleep.
Do you know what this movie actually feels like to me?
What?
It feels like a video game. It feels like somebody who.
Oh yeah.
It feels like somebody who likes like an atmospheric horror video
Like an
game.
atmosphere. Yeah, but one that like you would walk through.
You walk
and, like,
through,
yep.
you get story elements, like she encounters all the posters. That's what makes us cut to their backstories.
Okay. Also, can I just say a couple things about things that she encounters?
Yes.
Can I do the mean girl thing for
Please,
a minute?
I've been doing so much of it. Thank you for sharing the load. Go ahead.
Okay. Why does she twice picks up the missing persons thing and is like flipping through them, like stunned? And I'm like, girl, you already saw these. Like, you knew they were here. Like, just whatever. And then, like, also, when she, like, finds the fucking mirror and she's, like, doing the thing with her arm outstretched real goddamn far, I was like, he can see you. There's a light that just went in his direction.
But what a video gamey moment, too,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Right?
Yeah, Tegan and I've played some of those, especially some of the ones where it's, like, you're walking through and then you have like the 4 options of what to say, almost like a choose your own adventure type one. And some of them feel very monotonous. Like I cannot remember the game. I can't remember it. But all I remember is like we keep going to the fucking generator and like doing stuff. I was like, this is the most boring goddamn game ever. Just at the goddamn generator. But honestly, this movie kind of felt like I was at the
feels like that,
generator the
right?
whole time.
And like I think that kind of game works as a game. Video games often get a pass on having kind of sparser narrative elements.
Yes.
And but a movie's different.
Well, yeah,
you know?
okay. And there was just a movie made about. It's very loosely based on one of those like choose your own adventure type horror games called I think it's Until Dawn.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like the movie obviously strays from the game.
Yeah.
To make it a movie. And the
Right.
movie was pretty good. It was like enjoyable. It was fun.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was like art or like
Right,
whatever,
right,
but I
right,
was like,
right,
this is a fun horror movie with interesting kills. I care about the characters, which was another thing that like I found difficult. I didn't really care about Abigail.
No.
I think also
Yeah.
when she was opening the door with her bra, I was like, a man wrote this.
Why did that smack of man to you?
I was like, part of me was like my head was doing two things. I was like going back and forth between this is clever that she opens the door with her bra, but also, I'm sorry, the hook of your bra is able to like open a lock or something.
See, because like as a man, I would have never been like, oh, there's a wire in your bra, lady.
Yeah. Well, just take the whole wire. She didn't do that, did she? She just used the hooks. Or did she take the whole wire out?
She takes the whole wire out of her bra.
Oh, that's right. But that's not easy to get out if you don't have scissors.
Which feels very MacGyver. She has a couple of MacGyver moments in this movie.
Oh, the shoelace one, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which that was one that I had to rewind because I was like, what is she doing with the shoelace? I looked down for a second to eat potato chips and was like, oh, shit.
But, to reinforce your man comment, like maybe a man wouldn't have necessarily thought of there's a wire in your bra and that's what you can use to escape, but a man absolutely would think of now let's have a braless lady run around a house for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
so,
the question was how to get her bra off.
How to get her bra off. Yeah, how do we...
And, honestly, I didn't even really notice. And I love
Me
boobs.
either. I'm so glad that we were both like looking for like oh my god,
the payoff in that. There was no payoff. Oh my god.
It's like she had other bra.
Yeah. Yeah, she had two bras on. She had one in her pocket, the wireless one for comfort.
That's so funny. Oh my god.
All right, are we both canceled for that?
I think we might be. I think we're both canceled for that.
Yeah.
Do you have other things you want to talk about with this movie? I feel like we can keep it short and sweet.
Okay, so I know we both mean girled a lot tonight, but I do want to say, like, as much as we do this, I think it comes out of a good place of like critiquing movies. It's something we love doing and analyzing them. I will say I always love an indie horror, no matter how bad it is. I am down to watch what someone will do. I would much prefer. I would recommend this movie over The Conjuring.
Yeah, I would too. I would too. Because at the very least it has, I don't know, at least it has like a little bit of originality to it. You know what I mean?
It's original. Yeah. It feels like, I think that like the movie is still more interesting to watch. Yeah. It's doing different things. Yeah. It's more creative and it's not religious propaganda like The Conjuring.
And I think that I think it's easy to get lost in its flaws, but I do think that it's trying to do something.
I agree. Yeah.
And if you can watch it and just try to focus on those things, I think it's you're not gonna be like, this is the best movie I saw this year.
No,
but also
you might watch it. I mean, I watched it and I was like, this feels like a first draft.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see what the director does.
I would love to see this concept done with more money and, some different screenwriters, and, but I like it. I like it as a sort of a concept, and I wonder what would happen in that case.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see a second draft of it or something. Something where like you said, somebody's edited
like
it.
some more
like
cutting.
Something I think to keep the plot going more through the middle part maybe up the surrealism, maybe with a bigger budget. You feel
Yeah.
like you can do that. It can still be monotonous, but like just a little
But I don't
bit.
want them to. I don't want them to give up on their monotony.
Okay,
you know,
that's true.
At the same time,
true.
I don't want it to turn into this. If this is your concept, I want you to see it through. I do think certain elements of it could help it more. Right?
What do you think? Like, what would be one of those elements?
For the few spoken lines in this whole movie,
Yeah.
for them to be better written, for them to feel like they're researched or based on real people's addiction experiences,
Yeah.
for, actors who convey them to have some sort of affect that feels authentic.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one.
I agree with you completely, especially those monologues.
Yeah.
Everything in the group, I think doing some research on what people may actually say.
Yeah. Why is there nobody in this group who is like trying to couch their discomfort in humor? Why is there nobody in this group who is like reticent to share? Why do they all have to kind of share in this same plaintive like sort of tone and all have these like very generic, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, they're all the same tone. They're all the same approach.
Yeah.
And they all, I hate to say this, but they all look the same. They all look like middle class. Like, why don't we have a range of like people? If you're like, I feel like addicts range from everyone, like all different kinds of people. So you can still have middle class, but you should have a few other things too.
I think they could also smartly like give us a little bit more relationship between these people.
Yes.
And again, I'm not trying to get them to abandon their concept, which is, watching a woman walk through a house for an hour and a half. But I do think we could get just like a little bit more about how these people know each other or what their relationship to one another is. I think it could help. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little. We don't need a whole lot. It could even be a moment where they're getting, usually those groups have like coffee or something.
Yeah, sure.
Even at that table for just a second to see how people interact with each other, because we don't really get that.
We don't, no.
Yeah.
Not really.
Is there anything else?
The only other thing I thought maybe we might want to do, if anybody happens to be listening, is just talk about what we have coming up. Going forward, we're going to talk about The Damned.
Yeah.
This is 2024.
I have to say right now on the podcast, I don't know anything about this movie. Harry fucking texted me and was like, "Do you want to do The Damned?" And I was like, "I don't know what that is."
I picked it.
Sure.
I picked it because I don't think we've done very much foreign.
No, we haven't. Is it a new foreign horror?
It is.
Yeah.
Well, it's from 2024, but yeah,
that's
pretty
new. That's
yeah,
newish. We will be doing, possibly doing Together.
We're gonna get to Together. At
we
some
are going to
point.
get to Together at some point. We don't know when, but it'll happen.
We're gonna talk about Heart Eyes.
Heart Eyes,
That's the plan.
yeah.
We'll do that around Valentine's Day. That'll be fun.
And then we also have the other movie that I can't think of the name of. Await Further Instructions.
Away, yes,
That's for our holiday
episode.
one.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So
have you seen that before?
I have.
Me too. Okay.
So this is the first year we're doing a holiday episode. And
well, that's not true.
okay, no,
we did Bad Things.
We did. That's right. We did Bad Things. I forget that that's a holiday. All right. Well, this is the second year we're doing a Christmas themed one.
Yeah.
But since it is just slightly older, are there any movies that you guys want to hear, like for Christmas? So, like next year, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, like winter movies.
So true.
So
true.
We could open it up to you guys. You're like, we want you to review this. I don't know.
If the snow flies, we are down for it as a holiday episode.
I think. Yeah. If it's in winter, if it's in December, if they mention December 25th or 24th,
yep,
it's Christmas
or December at all.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Absolutely. One thing we're forgetting to mention, we're gonna also obviously have our year-end recap. Yeah, so that'll happen.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm awesome.
Good. You good?
Yep, I'm good.
You good? The Cellar. Go. We couldn't find it where to stream it, but I'll stick it in the show notes. So go check it out if you're so inclined.
Mm-hmm.